Hello everyone, I am Esther Agostoino together with my groupmates Jay Esmero and Rosalyn Agos, and we are going to answer the performance task in CAF 2 Chapter 3. Number 1. What is the importance of plant taxonomy? So before we are going to discuss the importance of plant taxonomy, so let us know first if what is plant taxonomy. Plant taxonomy. Plant taxonomy is the science of classifying and naming plants. It is a branch of what is known as systematics, which is the science of determining how different biological organisms are related to each other. Taxonomy classifies plants and other organisms into different taxonomic levels. So, there are 4 importance of plant taxonomy. So, number 1. To arrange elements of taxonomy of plants into a more systematic manner so that they can be better understood and could be used easily and more effectively. Number 2. To arrange data or information and knowledge about plants. Number 3. To indicate the source and genetic relationship, phylogenetic ancestry, and origin of plant. And last, to indicate the distribution and habitat of plants on Earth and their benefits.
So, why is nomenclature of plant necessary? The nomenclature of organisms serves as a channel of communication and clear reference system for the components of biodiversity. The International Code of Botanical Nomenclature, which is in theory, seeks to have one accurate name for a taxon on the basis of priority of publication, governs the nomenclature of plants. Changes in nomenclature and synonyms are caused by the implementation of codes, rules, and taxonomic investigations involving the enlargement of contraction of taxa. A taxon's greater number of synonyms simply serves to highlight how confused it was and continues to be. To avoid any confusion in botanical investigation, however, the principles of naming, particularly the idea of priority, must be disregarded. Synonyms and literature reviews are necessary and crucial components of the taxonomic studies. Only when authoritative lists of accepted names and created and extensively disseminated by an internationally recognized agency would nomenclature stability to be achievable in the future. Priority and synonyms in taxonomic papers cannot be put on secondary level until the time, especially by taxonomic scholars. So, taxonomists on ignorance or disregard of nomenclature issues causes more damage to the topic than non-taxonomists can.
Number 3. Give the definition of the following terms: the kingdom, division, class, order, family, genus, and species. Let's go first with the kingdom. Kingdom. It is the highest level in a classification. Example, the animal kingdom and plant kingdom. Second, or next, the division. The division is the number or groups in this taxon is not fixed, it depends on the classification system. So division is a taxonomic rank in biological classification that is used differently in zoology and in botany. A division is the largest formal major grouping within plant taxonomy below kingdom. When we use division, it will always end of phyta. In class, class is a taxonomic rank or a taxon consisting of organisms that share a common attribute. It is further divided into one or more orders. In the biological classification or of organisms, a class is a major taxonomic rank below the phylum or division and above the order. When we use class, it is always end of Opsida or EI. In order, order or Latin ordo is one of the 8 major hierarchical taxonomic ranks in Linnean taxonomy. It is classified between family and class. In biological classification, The order is taxonomic rank used in the classification of organisms and recognized by the nomenclature codes. It ends of Alice or AI. In the family taxonomic rank in the classification of organism between genus and order. In genus and species, it is a taxonomic rank comprised of species group based on shared attributes or having similar structures or distinct characteristics or being phylogenetically related. So these are the examples or sign on how we're going to determine the plant taxonomy or to classifying a plant or classifying on it.
So taxonomic classifications has four systems. It is namely artificial system, mechanical system, natural system, and phylogenetic system. So first we will go to artificial system. So artificial system, one or two morphological characteristics are used in the artificial categorization system to divide creatures in groups. The artificial categorization method proposed by Linnaeus categorized species based on the numerical strength of sex organs, such as androecium, number in a plant flower. And the next is a mechanical system. Mechanical tissue is the tissue that protects a plant and its developing organs from the deformation and offers mechanical strength. Third is natural system. So the natural system of classification is a method that assesses the parallels and differences in the number of characteristics under examination. This sort of classification is based on the relationship between the common ancestor and descendants. And the last system is the phylogenetic system. So the phylogenetic approach uses genetic relationships to explain how species are related to one another and is based on the idea that all living things descended from a common ancestor.
I will discuss the different taxonomic characteristics. The first is morphology. It is a plant growth, habit, and leaf arrangement and shape. Also the flower and the fruit characteristics. In addition, it also provides us with range of variations found in different species of plants. Lastly, it's helped us to understand the different aspects of plant. The second is anatomy. It is a secondary silent characteristics. Epidermis, which is including rhizomes and stomata, and its study of the internal structures of the plant. Their functions is to integrate structure and function of plants. The third one is palynology. The pollen characteristics, which is including size, shape, aperture, and sculpture. It's scientific discipline concerned with the study of plants, pollen spores, and the certain microscopic planktonic organism in both living and fossil form. The fourth is cytology. The chromosomes number, structure and habit, and study of animal cells, which including their structure, function, and formation. This is the examine of the single cell type as often found in ploid specimens, especially the appearance of structure and the effects of each other from environment. And lastly, chemical and molecular. It is a molecular compounds and chemical compounds that takes the form of discrete molecules. Chemicals are substances having a specific molecular composition obtained by a group of two or more atoms linked together by sharing electrons in a chemical bond. And that's would be all. And we hoping that you learned something in our video. Thank you for watching.